Hey, Stoic soul. Tonight, I want you to forget the noise. For a moment, let's silence the chaos outside and within. You wake up already tired, bracing yourself for battles no one else seems to see. A look, a text left on read, a sudden shift in tone. Your heart pounds in silence, announcing itself in your chest every time your peace is under threat. The world floods you with demands, but all you really crave is calm. You're tired of being caught in their storms, tired of hoping people will change. You long to stop dancing for approval, to let stillness be your shield. The Stoics told us, what you refuse to react to cannot control you. Warriors like you weren't born for noise, they were shaped by it. If you want freedom, you must master the silent behaviors that turn poison into power. Now breathe. Tonight, we unravel the 10 quiet habits that make toxic people fear your presence and arm you with the calm strength to never be touched by their chaos again. You're surrounded by provocations, side comments, gaslighting, barefaced provocateurs. You feel your pulse spike, your tongue burn with the perfect retort you'll never say. But you remember, true power is refusing to tango with chaos. In that still pause, the toxic stumble. They need your energy to play their game, but your silence exposes their emptiness. Imagine yourself at a family dinner, where Uncle Barry is once again comparing your career trajectory to that of a neighborhood dog walker, who, to be fair, does have an impressive clientele of golden retrievers. The room follows Barry's words, waiting for your reaction as if your facial expressions were the halftime show. But tonight, you don't bite. You take a sip of sparkling water, thinking deeply about the Stoic tactic of contemptuous silence, which, fun fact, is just the act of being exquisitely boring in the face of drama. Your composure slowly becomes the party trick. Barry grows restless. The conversation fizzles, like off-brand soda. That's the unseen judo of Stoicism, weaponized nonchalance. In the wild terrain of the office Slack channel, someone's dropped a passive-aggressive meme. Normally, you'd be typing a response so savage it could peel wallpaper. Instead, you channel your inner Marcus Aurelius, a man who wore a toga like a weighted blanket and journaled more than a self-help influencer. Honestly, he'd crush it on Instagram. Instead of clapping back, you imagine Marcus arching one wise eyebrow and reminding himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. You close the chat, go make tea. Nobody realizes, but you just performed one of the hardest feats in all of modern adulthood. Not reacting to nonsense from Greg in accounting. Not reacting is an art, not avoidance. It isn't about bottling up or playing the doormat. It's treating drama like a squirrel scurrying across your front lawn. Acknowledge its existence. Appreciate its fluffiness. But by Jove, don't invite it in for coffee. The Stoic detachment is both self-care and strategic social aikido. It's the elegant refusal to provide oxygen to someone else's dumpster fire. In the moment, you might feel the urge, a heat in your chest, a monologue rehearsed in your head. That urge is just biology doing its thing. Somewhere along the evolutionary path, Grandpa, who survived the saber-toothed tiger, decided it was better to shout back. Little did he know about Slack threads and reality TV. So, you practice the pause. You focus on the breath. Cool in, warm out. You physically relax your jaw, releasing the retort that would have won you 2 minutes of satisfaction and 3 weeks of awkward small talk. Modern Stoicism does not mean ghosting your own humanity. It's about guiding your reactions like a gentle coach with a clipboard. When not reacting feels impossible, remember that your silence is not a passive vacuum. It is a microphone drop. The provocateur is left interrogating, their own echoes, wondering if their words landed, or if you're just too enlightened to care about Karen's fifth hand-typed recipe for disaster. Let's be honest, most provocations are audition tapes for attention. The less you react, the more you force the thespian in your life to perform alone, in front of an audience that's fallen asleep. You're in your element, unflappable, all the while quietly humming "I Will Survive" in your head, possibly in a toga. As you master the art of non-reaction, you reclaim swathes of emotional real estate. Less land for negativity, more room to plant your garden of chill. Remember, not reacting isn't defeat. It's a flex, an inner grin, a soft pillow upon which you rest. The world may remain chaotic around you, but inside your mind, you've built a tranquil studio apartment, with soundproof walls, an infinite tea supply, and a tiny, judgmental Stoic bust to remind you, silence is not empty. It's full of power, and sleep comes so much easier when you're not arguing with ghosts. You spot manipulation from a mile away, microaggressions, fake apologies, emotional bait. Your face remains unreadable, your gaze calm, detached. This rattles the ones who thrive on drama, because you are the mirror that refuses to distort. They realize their power ends where your clarity begins. Let's imagine this scene. You're at a workplace meeting. Bob is just asking questions, as he puts it. But somehow each question sounds like an accusation, wrapped in a passive-aggressive gift bag. Others squirm, but not you. You listen with a calm so steady that Bob finds himself explaining, and then over-explaining. And before long, even he doesn't remember what point he was trying to make. You've mastered the Jedi art of neutral eyebrows, unreadable, imperturbable. Despite Bob desperately searching your face for a sign, the raised brow, the eye roll, the inhalation of a sigh, all he finds is still water. Inside, your thoughts wander toward what you'll have for dinner. Is tonight a lasagna night? Bob will never know. You embrace the Stoic superpower of seeing without absorbing. Every manipulative gesture is registered. The rolling eyes, the slightly too long pause, the tiny "oh" at the end of someone's sorry. Where others flinch, react, or fire back, you observe. You collect data for your inner philosopher's log, and you let other people's chaos swirl around you while you sip the metaphorical tea of indifference. When they throw emotional hooks at you, you see the line, but don't bite. Try as they might, sharks can't get a meal out of a stone. Someone brings drama. You bring a shrug. That's not coldness. It's self-respect, dressed up as poise. Sometimes your inner narrator throws up pop-up notifications. Warning. Manipulation detected. You smile, internally. File it under human behavior, predictable, and stay still. This does not mean you let people walk all over you. On the contrary, you know the difference between a doormat and a fortress. Hint, and here's the fun part. You are the fortress, but you look like a very comfortable couch. Good luck storming this castle. People looking for emotional reaction will dig, poke, prod. Why? Because it gives them control. Like a kid jabbing at a toy to see what it does. But your default mode is airplane mode. All calls diverted to voicemail, notifications muted, read, receipts off. Instead of reacting, you send automated replies. Thank you for your input. I'll ponder that. Only you're not actually pondering. You're making a mental note to update your grocery list. The Stoics call this apatheia, not apathy in the I don't care sense, but a serene immunity to emotional manipulation. It's seeing clearly without filtering everything through the lens of your own insecurity. When someone's words are more loaded than a baked potato, you acknowledge the topping, but you don't eat it. Your calm becomes contagious. The storm gathers, yet you nap on the deck chair. After a while, others start to notice that conflict with you is, oddly, unprofitable. drama bounces off. Their attempts to bait you fizzle out like a firecracker in the rain. If they wanted theatre, they've wandered into a library. No curtain calls here, just quiet shelves and the gentle whir of your inner Stoic, alphabetizing outcomes and sipping philosophical chamomile. At the end of the day, having eyes that see but don't flinch isn't about a lack of feeling, but about choosing your emotional investments wisely. You save your outrage for real injustices, your joy for real kindness, your sweat for real effort. Other people can perform. You just watch the show, eat your popcorn, and leave before the critics get noisy. This calm is your freedom. And tomorrow, the world will try again to get a rise out of you. Good luck to them. Ground yourself in the refusal to win verbal battles. You don't correct their sideways comments or defend every false accusation. You trust your dignity more than their opinions. And that unsettles the loudest egos, because nothing terrifies chaos like someone who owes it nothing. As you lounge in your imaginary toga, because we're all honorary Romans in this philosophical bedtime journey, picture yourself at a noisy family dinner or an existentially charged work meeting. The room buzzes with ego and anxiety, like a swarm of caffeinated bees, each desperate to sting with clever retorts and thundering, "Actually, that's not true," proclamations. But you float above the fray, content not to correct Uncle Greg's notorious mangling of historical fact, or to point out that Deborah's passive-aggressive, "Well, some people just don't try hard enough," was probably aimed at someone else who isn't you. Probably. The Stoic secret weapon is not rhetorical finesse or winning arguments. It is indifference. The type that looks like wisdom but feels like nap time for your fight or flight response. Saturn himself would envy your calm. When someone lobs a conversational grenade, you simply dodge it with a slight shrug, mentally whispering, "Not my circus, not my monkeys." The need to have the last word fades, replaced by the pleasure of watching someone else run a victory lap around a track you refuse to enter. Comedy aside, releasing the urge to have the last word is an Olympian-level act of self-restraint. You might even feel a strange itch, as if your mouth wants to freestyle rebuttals, but you keep it closed and enjoy the true silence that follows the storm of empty words. This is your superpower. Picture Marcus Aurelius, emperor and reluctant gladiator of Pallas Spats, silently raising an eyebrow as yet another philosopher in training expounds on the virtues of cabbage soup. He simply notes, "Is it cabbage soup day again?" and returns to his writing, leaving the soup, enthusiasts to savour their triumph. Letting others have the final say is not surrendering. It's the most elegant chess move in the social game. While they bask in their last flourish, you already know, history is rarely kind to the sore winners. Besides, inner peace can't be scored on a debate leaderboard. Let them keep their points. There's a secret benefit unfolding here. Each moment you resist the compulsion to chime in, you rewire your reflexes. The next time someone posts an incorrect opinion online or spouts half-baked philosophy in the break room, your first reaction is a comforting, instead of a 17-point counter-argument with footnotes and a bibliography. Think of the energy saved. You could power a small Greek city with all the emotional watts you don't spend. The ancients probably lit their oil lamps on dignity alone. Imagine the freedom of walking away from an argument, your pulse unbothered, your mind unoccupied by imaginary follow-ups like "You know what I should have said." Instead, you nod, yawn, and treat yourself to a mental gelato for your efforts. And so, lying in the serenity of your Stoic-inspired bedroom, possibly with a faint whiff of lavender and aged parchment in the air, you allow the last word to flutter by like a moth outside a lantern. You owe nothing to chaos. Those who shout into the void need an echo more than they need truth. let them keep their echo. Your dignity isn't awarded by outsiders. It's given by you, to you. Every time you choose stillness over sparring and silence over the fleeting thrill of the last remark. The world may keep spinning in disorder and noise, but you reside in the tranquil center, immune to both victory laps and dramatic exits. This is true freedom, untethered from the need to convince, content without applause, and quietly amused as noise fades into peace. You vanish from circles that drain you. Social invites, group chats, never-ending calls. Your silence is your RSVP. Toxic people crave your presence as an audience, but you choose strategic invisibility. Your unexplained absence is more unnerving than any confrontation. The world expects a grand exit, possibly with a Shakespearean monologue about setting boundaries. But you slip away like a ninja with a PhD in the fine art of disappearing. No fireworks, no ghosting drama, not even a cryptic social media post. Just a gradual, dignified fading, as if you're the Wi-Fi signal at your aunt's house. 1 minute you're here, next minute, sorry, no bars. Your calendar is now a fortress. Each, sorry, can't make it, becomes a layer of self-defense, not an apology. Not joining the endless Zoom, practicing stoicism, not anti-socialism, missing from the group chat debate about whether pineapple belongs on pizza. That's not absence, that's emotional shielding in action. Picture Marcus Aurelius in the modern world, muting 12 chaotic notifications and reaching in a peace, or at the very least, preserving his phone battery. Selective absence is the airlock between your sanity and other people's chaos. You're not running away. You're curating your energy like a museum exhibit. Due to ongoing preservation efforts, this masterpiece is not available for public viewing. Answer must P. If someone really needs you, they'll find a way. Carve their message across the sky, or better yet, leave you a voicemail you'll listen to in 3 weeks. There's a liberating beauty to being the mysterious silhouette in someone else's story. Stoicism teaches us that not every conflict is a duel worth fighting. Sometimes the greatest victory is not marching into battle, but simply not attending at all. You watch the social storm from your quiet vantage point, sipping herbal tea, wrapped in a blanket burrito of self-respect. You may hear accusations of being distant or changed. Perhaps you even get a "where have you been" message, tinged with melodramatic concern and emojis. Congratulations. This is the universe signaling you've become the main character in your own boundaries-based novel. And just as in good fiction, the hero isn't available for every side quest. Selective absence doesn't mean indifference. Strong, silent presence is often mistaken for coldness, but really, you're just tired of being an extra in someone else's ongoing drama. You prioritize your peace not out of selfishness, but preservation. Like ancient Stoics fleeing the marketplace noise for a moment's reflection, you escape the digital agora and reclaim your mental bandwidth. Who knew airplane mode could be a modern spiritual practice? There will always be those baffled by your quiet retreat. Just remember, you are under no obligation to perform stress for someone else's entertainment. Silence is its own wisdom, and your unexplained absence becomes a gentle rebuke, a subtle but powerful act of self-care. After all, what's more unnerving than someone who refuses to play by the usual social rules? In your purposeful withdrawal, you teach a lesson louder than words. Only you decide who and what claims your attention. And so, tomorrow, when the group chat is on fire or invitations ping in at midnight, you can simply lie there, eyes closed, serenely absent. Somewhere, a notification will go unanswered. Somewhere else, your peace grows louder than any uproar. That, my friend, is the exquisite, understated magic of selective absence. You don't fake peace, you wear serenity as armor. A simple, soft smile, a knowing grin when someone tries to use you as an emotional punching bag. Your peace is palpable. It disrupts those addicted to attention because they can't infect what won't absorb them. That smile is your shield and your subtle rebellion. Think of it. The world spins, bosses bluster, toddlers tantrum, online trolls hurl emoji-laden insults, and through it all, you maintain a soft, serene curve at the corner of your lips. It's the Mona Lisa with more emotional boundaries and a lot less Renaissance drama. People sense the quiet strength in your half-smirk. The modern world is built for overreaction, for instant signal boosting and complaint championing. You, meanwhile, are tuned to a different frequency, FM peace. Picture yourself at a chaotic Monday morning meeting. Janice is ranting about deadlines, Carl's in a spreadsheet-induced panic, and someone's microwaving salmon in the break room again. You listen, you breathe, you smile, not because you endorse the circus, but because you've chosen to dwell where stress can't plant roots. Your smile says, I see your storm, but I keep my umbrella. A Stoic smile isn't forced, cheerful, forceful, or the glazed gaze of customer service. It's not the frozen grin of someone who's just been told their favorite plant died, but is pretending to be totally fine. No, it's the grounded, quietly audacious smirk that acknowledges chaos, yet refuses admission to your inner sanctum. It's emotional Aikido. A way to redirect drama with such calm, your adversaries forget what they were arguing about. Or at least, they wonder what's in your morning coffee. This isn't the avoidance of feeling. It's radical non-absorption. When irritation rises, you don't broadcast it onto the world's digital plasma screens. You let it float by, like a balloon released by a distracted toddler. The gentle smile remains, not because you're unbothered by life's weird parade, but because you've decided which floats you'll ride and which you'll simply applaud from the curb. Sometimes your smile confuses people. That's okay. Some even get suspicious. Why is she smiling? What does he know that I don't? Is it the stock market? Caffeine? A vitamin D surplus? Let them wonder. Your smirk is a mystery, a peace treaty with the universe that needs no signature but your own equanimity. Deep down, you realize that a smile can be disarming, a weaponless weapon. When was the last time an angry commuter truly enjoyed berating someone who looked like they were on vacation in their own mind? It's tough to yell at someone who smiles at life the way cats stare at cucumbers, bemused, unbothered, unimpressed by chaos. Laughter too is folded into this equation. Not the laugh that mocks others, but the gentle, almost imperceptible chuckle at the absurdities of existence. You laugh softly at how seriously everyone takes their temporary predicaments. The bus is late. Smile. Wi-Fi stutters during an important video call. Half grin. Existential dread knocking at your mental door. Offer it a cup of herbal tea and a seat on the porch. It usually leaves on its own, mumbling about your weirdly calm energy. The Stoic smile invites you to be a spectator of your own melodrama, to watch it unfold with compassion, a spoonful of irony, and just enough warmth to melt the ice in your veins after a rough day. You're not cold, you're just climate-controlled. Your grin is the thermostat, dialed down to chill but compassionate. At day's end, as stresses simmer down and you're left alone with your breathing and thoughts, you notice your face, rested, content, just a little upturned at the corners. That's the Stoic smile, the one that needs no witness or applause, the kind you wear into your dreams and, hopefully, wake up wearing again. You set invisible electric fences. When insults fly or guilt trips surface, you quietly leave or switch topics. No warning, no explanation, just absence of permission. You don't raise your voice, you raise your standards. Toxic people begin to sense they are locked outside. It's not silence. They hear it, thick as velvet carpeting, every attempt to trespass. The art of setting boundaries quietly is like being a stealthy bouncer at the club of your own well-being. Except there's no black turtleneck, just you, blinking kindly at someone as their drama bounces off your shield of understated indifference. There's an uncomfortable magic in discovering you can nope out of an argument simply by refusing to buy a ticket. You don't punch back. You don't even clap back. Sometimes you just shuffle your mental playlist to something groovier, while the rest of the room slow claps your disengagement. You craft these boundaries the way a cat claims a sunbeam on the floor, without apology. It's elegant and almost comic. Who knew the cold shoulder could be so warm, so fluffy, so perfectly stoic? You look at the person as if to say, this is where my energy ends. And FYI, it doesn't come in guilt-flavored variety. What's left is a gentle void, the kind that leaves others unsure if they've misbehaved or just misdialed your frequency. Night falls on your mind as you tend the garden of your boundaries. Fences don't keep everyone out. They invite better company in. You pause, letting the silence pool gently between you and provocation. It's in this pause that the real magic happens. A micro-meditation under fluorescent lights. A mini Zen masterclass at every awkward dinner. You don't withdraw, you upgrade. The adulting version of switching from dial-up to fiber optic. Suddenly, your connections are clearer, and your loading screens shorter. There's a delightful absurdity in observing people's faces when you answer an emotional ambush with, "Oh, did you see that cloud?" They're geared up for a joust, but all you offer is polite weather commentary and a metaphorical herbal tea. You become a practitioner of conversational Aikido, redirecting every jab into a gentle suggestion to talk about literally anything else. Occasionally, you nod, as if writing an invisible Yelp review for their drama. 2 stars, service lacked kindness, ambience aggressive, will not be returning. Your quiet boundaries are a form of minimalist interior design for your soul. No clutter, no drama, just open space for calm reflection and a hint of lavender oil diffuser. If someone keeps knocking, you don't reinforce the gate. You simply become busier, drifting to other rooms where peace is the only invited guest. The zingers, the guilt missiles, and the barbs all fizzle out on the welcome mat. You sip, you smile, you blink, and the storm exhausts itself against the weatherproofed windows of your attention. At some point, people stop asking you to explain your silence. They begin to take the hint, like houseplants learning to lean toward the light. Stoicism isn't about building high walls, but recognizing when doors no longer need to swing open for every critic, every cousin armed with unsolicited opinions, every group chat buzzing with expectation. In the cool hush of self-respect, you find the freedom to be present, not as a crash pad for other people's messes, but as sanctuary for your own clarity. As you listen now, let the concept of quiet boundaries settle into your skin. Breathe in, as if you're inhaling a gentle buffer zone, a personal force field made of polite resolve and absolutely no open tabs for unnecessary drama. The world becomes less like a battlefield and more like a library, soft-shoed, gently respectful. Everyone whispering, shh, clarity is working here. And if anyone asks, the sign on your mental door reads, please not kindly, energy subject to availability. You stop clinging to applause, likes, or validation. Their disapproval rolls off you. You operate from your own code, and it radiates unspoken confidence. For manipulators who surf on insecurity, your self-sufficiency is terrifying. You don't need them, and they can feel it. Let's imagine you're in a room filled with people performing the ritual dance of validation, the subtle tilting of heads for approval, the dopamine-drenched check-ins after every statement, the desperate search for a raised eyebrow or a reassuring nod. But you're the philosophical equivalent of a stone Buddha in a gallery of bobbleheads, while others break out in hives over muted group chats and attempts to decipher the mystery of red receipts. You simply float above the fray, immune to the spasms of social endorsement. It's not that you're antisocial. You just know the secret, that the more you chase approval, the faster it runs. Go ahead, try to lasso a cloud. Better luck next time, cowboy. Approval is as fickle as your Wi-Fi during a thunderstorm. It flickers in and out. And if you build your house on it, don't complain when it rains insecurity. So you choose a sturdier foundation, your own principles. You calibrate your inner compass and trust it, even when the external applause meter flatlines. Picture Marcus Aurelius at a toga party. Everybody's comparing laurel wreaths and swapping who wore it best togas. Marcus sips his water silently, mentally composing wisdom that will outlast everyone's wardrobe choices. Approval. He's more concerned with whether he's lived up to his own standards than whether the senatorial committee thinks his sandals are last season. The Stoic does not ask, do they like me? But rather, did I show up as my truest self today? Sometimes, this indifference to approval baffles people. Some will stare at you, waiting for a reaction. Maybe a nervous giggle, a desperate overshare, or an apologetic glance their way. When it doesn't come, they get fidgety. It's like bringing a karaoke mic to a silent meditation retreat. Awkward, out of place, and destined to be ignored. Because you stop playing their game, the game itself loses power. And if someone tries to manipulate you, say, dangling the carrot of belonging, or the stick of disapproval, you meet them with a serene, "Oh, are you still talking? I thought we were done with caring." Suddenly, they realize that their psychological power tools are useless against the fortress of your self-respect. It's like trying to hack a brick wall with a plastic spork. Their reactions may range from mild confusion to frantic improvisation. "Fine, I didn't even want you to care anyway," they shout, halfway out the door. Instead of living life on the yo-yo string of public opinion, you choose a steadier rhythm, one dictated by your own core values. You become the calm in the digital storm, the eye in the hurricane of hashtags and peer pressure. Your approval becomes something you give yourself every morning with coffee and a nod in the mirror. If others applaud, lovely. If not, that's fine too. You are still you, and you're still enough. Let the applause fade. Let the group chats go silent. You rest easier when your piece is no longer for sale. Approval is sweet, sure, but not essential. Like sprinkles on soft-serve ice cream. Fun, but the ice cream is good with or without them. Besides, sprinkles make a mess, and you're here for ice cream, not confetti. So, let them perform. Let them analyze their analytics and refresh their follower counts. You smile quietly, content with the knowledge that your spirit is not a commodity to be upvoted, retweeted, or liked into existence. You were always enough. Now, you remember. And that is the sort of freedom no one can take from you, not even the internet's harshest critics. Sleep easy. Your worth transcends their approval. You reveal little. Your plans, your heart, your struggles, these stay yours. Gossipers and manipulators crave ammunition, but you trade in silence. They need cracks to get in, and your privacy is a fortress. The less you say, the stronger their discomfort grows. Consider the modern coffee shop, that arena of oversharing. Sip your decaf oat latte, nod sagely, and let others pour their souls forth like underestimators in a poker tournament. You hold your cards close, unmoved by the feverish urge to contribute a matching monologue. "And what about you?" they say. They prod, their eyes sparkling with curiosity or perhaps the hope of a juicy morsel. You reply, "Oh, I keep busy." Then smile softly, a Mona Lisa with mystery and caffeine jitters. Do not mistake this for secrecy in the childish sense, like a toddler hoarding crayons under the table. Minimal disclosure is strategic adulthood. When you reveal every thought and fear, you become the plot twist everyone sees coming. The power in your restraint is like having a Netflix subscription, but only telling people you have VHS tapes. Now, your moves are unpredictable, and speculation becomes their sleepless game, not yours. Sometimes, people treat their lives like public Google Docs, editable by anyone with the link. Practicing minimal disclosure is choosing the view-only option. It's a way of saying, "Thank you for your interest in my emotional download, but the document is currently being revised." But the questions keep coming. How's work? Seeing anyone? What's your 5-year plan? Your answers? Work's keeping me on my toes. I appreciate good company. My 5-year plan is to survive Mondays. Notice how comfortingly bland, yet how impenetrable. The fun part. You start noticing people's reactions, the ones who desperately seek for information grow visibly restless, like cats denied access to a closed room. They paw at the door with follow-up questions, hoping for a sliver of personal drama to squeeze through. Others, conspiratorial, might whisper, "You're so mysterious." Good. Let them fill in the blanks with their wildest guesses. Auditions for What's Really Going On With You are now open, but you are not casting. Minimal disclosure is not about having something to hide, but about owning what is fundamentally yours. The Stoics understood that self-governance starts with self-containment. Why surrender your peace to the unpredictable winds of public opinion? Each bit of yourself you reveal is a thread someone might pull. Better to be a well-tailored jacket than an unraveling scarf. Humor helps. When pressed, escalate the blandness with whimsical non-answers. "Where did you go this weekend?" "I traversed internationally via Google Maps Street View." "Did you hear what Karen said about you?" "No, but if it was witty, tell her I'm flattered." Keep responses light, playful, and vague. Like diet soda for gossip addicts. All fizz, no calories. Of course, there are exceptions. Trusted friends, therapists, and cats who promise not to tell anyone. These rare beings earn glimpses into your internal world. But a Stoic knows, to share with everyone is to dilute the gift. Your wisdom, your struggles, even your occasional midnight karaoke on a Thursday, these are reserved. Not because you're antisocial, but because you understand value. Scarcity creates demand, and privacy is the original cryptocurrency. In a world obsessed with oversharing and status updates, you become the minimalist icon. Not an empty vessel, but a curated gallery, open by appointment only. You move quietly, undefined, radiating the subtle power of reserved energy. The less you reveal, the more others project. Let them. Like a magician with an empty hat and infinite rabbits. You remain a captivating mystery in a world that keeps refreshing the feed, desperate for a revelation. Fade into the gentle quiet of your own knowing and let them wander, drifting into sleep, accompanied by the soothing reassurance that some things, at least, belong entirely to you. Your progress speaks in actions, not declarations. You change jobs, pivot projects, upgrade your life with no preview or parade. You trade big talk for big shifts. Toxic people are left spinning, unable to undermine what they never saw coming. Let's imagine your transformation unfolding like a plot twist in a low-budget soap opera. Silent, suspenseful, and completely bewildering for the characters who thought they'd read your entire script. One day, you're seated squarely at your usual desk, slurping last night's reheated noodles out of a mug and listening to Brenda from accounting narrate her cat's gastrointestinal saga. The next, you're in a better job, a new city, brunching with people who pronounce quinoa correctly. All without a single status update, dramatic announcement, or ominous sub-tweet. You see, the Stoics were the ultimate masters of the quiet upgrade. Marcus Aurelius didn't post about his new meditation schedule. Epictetus didn't drop mysterious emojis hinting at his next philosophical move. Their secret, action made in silence, is almost impossible to sabotage. When you move quietly, toxic people are caught flat-footed still loading their criticism cannon, while you're already halfway to Tahiti, sipping coconut water on your freshly upgraded balcony. Modern life trains us to narrate every step like we're all starring in a reality show. Moved apartments? Instagram it. New job? LinkedIn humble brag. Changed your breakfast cereal? Cue the 12-part Twitter thread. But in reality, the less you announce, the more space you give yourself to breathe, revise, and even fail in glorious privacy. There's no peanut gallery waiting to remind you that you said you'd go paleo and were caught eating a croissant. There's no nosy co-worker sneaking a peek at your career moves before you've even signed the contract. Think about an oak tree growing in a silent forest. It doesn't send out press releases every time it gains a new ring. It just gets stronger, taller, more unshakable. Your quiet progress is like that, unhurried, unseen, unstoppable by outside forces who'd love nothing more than to root for your downfall, preferably with popcorn in hand. Sometimes, moving without announcement is a kindness to yourself. It's as if you've installed a velvet rope around your energy, letting in only the people who matter, sparing yourself from the opinions of part-time critics and full-time energy vampires. Without external expectations baying at your heels, you can experiment and adapt. Silence isn't secrecy, it's self-preservation with a side order of style. So next time you dream of a big move, consider letting the results post themselves. Be the Houdini of personal growth. Now you see me in this situation, now you don't. No declarations, just that subtle hum of transformation. By the time the world notices your absence in the old story, you'll already be starring in the success montage of your next, better chapter. And for anyone peeking through the curtains, all they'll find is your dust. And perhaps, if they're lucky, an inspirational quote on an abandoned sticky note. Actions, not announcements. Signed, quietly crushing it. You let people go, with peace, not bitterness. You don't plot revenge or rehearse mental comebacks. You release their hold on your mind. They secretly fear this, because forgiveness is the only grace they cannot weaponize or undo. Picture the scene. It's midnight. Your enemies expect fireworks, but you surprise everyone by delivering absolutely nothing. They pace their kitchens, waiting for you to throw a digital Molotov cocktail via group chat. But you're just brushing your teeth, humming the theme to Jeopardy. Forgiveness, for your own sanity, for your sleep schedule, for your playlist of lo-fi Stoic wisdom. You let go, and in your silence, you take back all the power you spent arguing with their ghostly texts and imagined monologues. You forgive, but you don't hold a parade. This isn't the grand reopening of Best Friends Forever bargain outlet. Forgiveness, in the Stoic sense, doesn't mean rolling out the red carpet back into your life. It means cleaning your mental house and then changing the locks. No need for a sign that says, "All is forgiven," now open for emotional vandalism until 2 a.m. You prefer rooms filled with peace, not drama. You recognize that your forgiveness is a gift to yourself. If they ask for re-entry, you clutch your metaphorical pearls, pour yourself some chamomile tea, and remember, boundaries are the luxury suite in the Stoic hotel, and not everyone gets a room key. Practicing forgiveness without re-entry is about learning the art of graceful closure, not the slamming door, nor the cold shoulder. You can wish them well, from a safe distance, preferably behind several philosophical fences, and perhaps an imaginary moat filled with tranquil ducks. You don't craft elaborate explanations or second drafts of where it all went wrong. You trust that what is meant for your spirit cannot be kept away by anyone's silence or sabotage. Understand this, Stoic dreamer. Sometimes people mistake your forgiveness for weakness. They imagine you're itching to return, to reboot old conversations, or revive what's been peacefully pronounced extinct. Let them imagine. As Marcus Aurelius could have scrawled in his journal, "If they interpret my peace as an invite, that's a them problem, not a me problem." Forgiveness is for freedom, not for forced reunion tours. As you rest tonight, know that withholding re-entry is not bitterness. It's clarity. It's prioritizing your inner equilibrium over recycled chaos. You carry no ledger of grudges, no ongoing saga. They expect thunder, but you let them find only quiet skies and no forwarding address. When you refuse to argue or resurrect their drama, you deactivate their last remaining button. So now, Stoic soul, as the world quiets and your heart finds room to breathe, remember, silence is not a surrender. It is the mark of a sovereign spirit, a soul beyond manipulation. You practice these silent behaviors not to intimidate, but to radiate a dignity few can touch. You belong to that rare kind whose peace is unbreakable, whose mind is sovereign, whose boundaries are set in stillness rather than words. Honor yourself tonight for choosing the harder path, for outgrowing the need to be heard and trading it for the right to be free. You do not owe chaos a reaction. You do not owe noise an answer. You don't need to prove your worth. You already are the proof. Walk quietly. Walk free. So now, Stoic soul, as the world quiets and your heart finds room to breathe, remember, silence is not a surrender. It is the mark of a sovereign spirit, a soul beyond manipulation. You practice these silent behaviors not to intimidate, but to radiate a dignity few can touch. You belong to that rare kind whose peace is unbreakable, whose mind is sovereign, whose boundaries are set in stillness rather than words. Honor yourself tonight for choosing the harder path, for outgrowing the need to be heard and trading it for the right to be free. You do not owe chaos a reaction. You do not owe noise an answer. You don't need to prove your worth. You already are the proof. Walk quietly. Walk free.